we go. Welcome, Death Clam Games, for everybody watching
You think
around
you're starting it.
the world.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
For everybody watching around the world,
All over the world.
in the
all around
future,
the
all
world.
these thousands of people that are watching
In the
right
future, in the past,
now. Welcome to Death Clam
other
Games.
galaxies,
Yeah, maybe people from the past are actually watching.
other dimensions.
They're watching the future to them. But for us,
It's now.
yeah, it's actually right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put comments up here. All right, it's happening. Well, now I'm wondering, is it too loud? It's not, is it?
No, I don't think so.
All right, looks like we're here.
Okay. I'll go check the volume.
Yeah, cool, thank you. All right, here we go. I can see this. I'm effectively hanging out now. Let the hangout begin. I think you need to turn it down by like one knob. One, two. It's like it's in twos. So if it's, for some reason it doesn't go by ones. I don't know. Why not just have a scale of 50 then at that point? It's like a scale of 100 by twos. I guess it doesn't seem as cool at like a scale of 50. But then again, why not actually have a scale of 100 then? Yeah. Well, I hear myself. It sounds like we're here talking. See, I have a lot of questions about why people have decided to do things. Hey, thank you. Hey, welcome, Loren. I'm glad to see you. I don't know why you're capitalizing every word, but it seems a little aggressive. I'm just going to say, I feel maybe a little bit, yeah, fair. Yeah, just down like one maybe. Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
I've turned the speaker on.
Oh.
It wasn't before, so it's not down by one anymore.
It's just gotcha.
Oh, Paula.
Anyway, we're just hanging out. We are literally, that's all we're doing. And if somebody comes by, we'll talk to them. I mean, maybe. I'm not going to guarantee anybody's getting talked to. But you could come by and get talked to. You could be spoken to by me and Loren.
Be spoken to?
Like, seriously, isn't anybody out there wanting, like, socialization or whatever? Well, here we are. You can speak to us.
My chair.
Oh, yeah, Loren.
With your stuff all over it.
Yeah, you should probably make sure my stuff doesn't get all over the chair like that.
Actually, yeah.
I'm ready now to hang out, like, officially.
Oh, do I need to close that, actually?
And maybe turn it down by one more.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
You know how I am. I'm kind of crazy. I do have this weird thing about the music where it has to be, like, just the right volume. And I fiddle with it because it's never just the right volume. I think I have some sort of weird mental thing. Unlike everyone else on the planet. Well, that's the only problem with that whole thing with, like, psychiatry or whatever, is that everybody's just a weird mental thing. Like, just being, everything about us is just weird. Of course we have weird mental stuff.
Of course.
Like, why wouldn't we? So here,
It's practically a requirement of existence, right? To have
Kinda.
weird mental stuff.
Yeah, like, you could say consciousness itself is just weird. Like, why do we do that? That's kind of...
Why do...
I'm
Exactly.
kind of like,
Why?
I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm just throwing it out there. I think I've probably said that before.
I agree.
I'm like, I don't know. It's like a life form.
Yeah.
But I'm not-
Existing and being aware of it at the same time.
Yeah, because most animals just get like, they're born, they live for like 2 seconds, and they're eaten by something. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the most like common
Like
experience.
probably
of
like
life.
not even born for for.
Like maybe you're not even born.
Many
No,
of
I'd say
them.
maybe you're like, if you are born, you're probably eaten.
If you're born, you're probably eaten.
Well, you will be eaten at some point or the other. I'm just saying you're probably eaten like alive.
Pretty much a guarantee.
Right. But you're not necessarily eaten alive, you know.
Right. Hopefully.
I mean,
I'm hoping to not be eaten alive.
well, it's not good. See, you might hope for that, but actually,
All
that's
hope may be
kinda-
in vain.
Yeah, that's kind of irreasonable. Are you gonna be okay? What are you doing, by the way?
I'm looking at my hair and my face. See, it's funny because it looks like my hair is shorter here, but it's
It does.
not. It's just blonder there.
Oh, interesting.
It's just like a blonde patch, and it makes me look like.
You got a chunk.
Oh wait, maybe I do.
Maybe you do have a chunk.
Or maybe I just don't know which direction the
Yeah, maybe you don't
comb
know what
is
you're
going.
doing. This is us. Yeah, I guess okay.
What
This
are
is
we
we're
supposed to be
doing.
doing?
I'm not really sure.
Can I not be brushing my hair here?
You can. It's part of hanging out, I guess. I mean, technically. I guess what is this? I've always thought of this as sort of like at the coffee shop, right?
Yeah, that's what I think of it as too. I think
So, I
at
mean,
the coffee shop.
I guess would we sit and brush our hair at the coffee shop? I mean, maybe. No, I don't know. I'm not sure that's acceptable. Yeah, you're gonna have to just stop, I guess. I really liked that "Am I the Asshole" the other day. It really resonated where the guy was like, "Hey, I'm really
Oh my
into-
god, the going out for the steak
Yeah,
guy.
I'm really into steak right now, but it's too expensive for us both to get steaks. I'm gonna go eat one. You can watch me. You know,
We're
you
gonna
can
go out
hang
to
out-
dinner together,
we're,
the two of us.
Yeah, and I'll eat a steak, and then we'll go somewhere cheaper for you.
We'll go to a second restaurant to order you a cheaper
A less
hamburger,
expensive.
a less expensive thing.
Less expensive.
Even though
I thought it was like, wow.
they have joint finances.
Right.
They have joint finances,
Right.
and she makes more money than him.
I think he might be controlling. I'm definitely using a variation of that
But
character.
she can't have a steak?
No, she's not
That's
allowed
the
to have a
weirdest
steak.
shit.
She can have maybe a hamburger from maybe get herself a double Whopper. You know what I'm saying? Treat herself, right? That's what he should say. He should be like, hey, I said she could get a double Whopper.
Treat yourself, baby.
I even said, I didn't even just say she could have a double Whopper. I said she could even have cheese. And that's like 45 cents extra. Right? Isn't
Can
that
I
like
get
50?
pickles? Can I get pickles?
It's like 55 cents extra now. Yeah, that comes with it. You can totally have those.
Hi, Mystic. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Mystic? How you
Welcome.
doing, man? We were just talking about the new way me and Loren were going to go out to eat.
Yeah,
You know,
we're changing. We're
just
changing up.
our relationship dynamic.
Everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Actually, we're not going out to eat at all. We're still in lockdown. I mean, we should be. People are getting corona all over the place. There's one around violently being infected.
Yeah.
So I try not to go anywhere too much. Although I do have to go out. We have to go to the bank today. That's gonna be fun.
We have to leave the house today and go to the bank.
Dude, why, man?
Not really that into it.
Life not good, bro. Anyway, how are you doing? We're dreading going outside. I don't know how you're doing.
The town next to us, just a short minute away from here, where I went to college and lived for a long time, is there's riots in the streets and people are shooting each other and shit. It's, all going to shit. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, it is kind of wild. But remember, we're not talking about politics. No, I'm just kidding. They're having a harder time. You guys are having a hard time over UK too. They don't even care. They're like, we got our own problems.
Yeah, it's true.
I think the UK just does. Are like, look, you can just America. Look, just chill.
America,
whatever you're doing over there, we're kind of doing something.
just chill.
Yeah, we're doing something over here. We're exiting. We're flexiting.
We're
You shouldn't call us the
flexiting.
flex it, right? Britain's like, we're great again. They kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
You guys had that weird shit
They
that
had
we
the same
had, man.
thing. Well, it all stems from the same source.
Yeah. It
Just
kind of
backlash
does.
from the internet. So
It's income inequality also.
Well, there's gonna be income inequality.
Yeah, but it's extreme. It's to a level that's kind of wild. It's because everybody is connected. That's why it was allowed to happen.
Right.
But it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, me and Lorette decided we weren't going to talk about. We talked about politics because we always like to talk about politics and stuff. But I always feel like that drives people
I don't
away.
think that's politics. That's philosophy.
Yeah.
though.
Right. I
Which
think we're
I
going to
think
lean more
we'll allow.
toward like political philosophies.
Yeah. Political philosophy, but
Like
not
I think
politics.
our decision was to not talk about a specific person. We would talk about movements and stuff, or maybe
Right.
not even that necessarily. Mystic says, at least ours is the police. Yours is versus each other.
each other and the police.
And the police, yeah.
Well, the
Apparently the
police
police
are
are on
on-
their side.
Yeah.
On the white supremacy side.
Yeah.
We didn't realize like our entire police force, like over the course of like 30 years, was taken over by apparently white supremacists.
Yeah.
So now it's just a bunch of sort of neo-Nazis in the police force, which is really weird. I didn't realize that actually happened.
I didn't either. But then it did, though.
But
Seems
then
like
it did.
just Really,
We should have been
really,
clued in
really
with the
did.
Rodney King thing. We got the message. We just chose not to see
We
it.
didn't
Or we didn't understand what it meant.
understand. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it's crazy. Yeah, we're definitely... I guess I'm not going to ignore whatever's out there, but, you know. I guess we are just hanging out.
Yeah.
But I like talking about that sometimes. But it kind of sometimes devolves into, like, getting dopamines, like getting outraged at stuff and getting worked up and stuff, you know. And
Right.
it's cool, but I don't
Just
know if that's
for
a good
the drama
stream.
of
Yeah.
it. But
You know, and I like it and everything, but
yeah.
I'm not sure this is the place for that because we're just sort of getting high and chilling. We are hanging out, although we can get wild, I guess, but I don't know. I always feel like I'm not sure about that.
Getting wild.
You know, getting crazy about. Although we can't help it, can we?
You're gonna try to rein us in?
We're gonna be. I'm just gonna start talking about like something really controversial, just cause.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. Let's be good from now on, and then I'll be like, so anyway, mandatory abortions, right? I'll just like bust out with something. Yeah. So I like let's just chill it back and bring it back to something.
Nice and chill.
Yeah.
Like season 3 of JoJo.
Like yeah, something inconsequential. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Inconsequential. Oh, I've had a joke there. I'm not gonna say it. Wow. God, I'm amazing. I actually, you know, sometimes actually even understand things.
In France, the other week, they made it illegal. Oh, yeah, to film police brutality. Yeah, so that caused more protests, and there was something else in France this week. Yeah. Germany's like the UK, but then all the other countries have their own troubles going on. Yeah, for different political reasons. Collective consciousness. Yeah, I'm on board with that. I think it is, too.
I think there is some kind of collective awakening in
Yeah.
humanity where we're like, I think the mass of us are like, hey, wait a minute, why do we have to live like this? Like, we have enough resources, but just these
Yeah.
few people are just telling
Everything
us what
would
to
be totally
do.
working
like,
out if these asswads...
like, we'd have a really nice life and shit,
Yeah.
honestly. We
We've
could all
got
just kinda
technology.
chill.
The robots can do all the work for us, you know?
It's just a few greedy assholes. And it's
Yeah.
like, but why do we have to put up with this? Well, I guess they have all the shit. Like, they can tell people to do stuff.
Yeah, people are fed up. And you know what? Fed up people don't always express it in the healthiest ways.
That's true.
And you can't necessarily, you know, keep blaming them for reacting
Right.
inappropriately to a systemic issue.
Yeah, like the rioting and stuff. A lot of people are like, yeah, well, why do they have to be like, you know, well, because people are fed up, you know.
Yeah.
If you let it get to that point, then I'm not even saying it's
just
like
a result.
right necessarily, but
It's
it
not
follows.
about right or wrong.
It just follows rationally from the conditions.
Yeah.
And I think people just try to politicize that in one way or the other, when in reality it's just kind of a natural consequence of the situation or the space you're in. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Just some light,
Welcome to being
fluffy
mold on a
discussion.
sandwich.
Yeah, I guess so. So are we ever really going to get rid of those people, you know, that are just
No.
like coercing us instead of letting us live? And
No, because they'll be
Exist.
replaced by some other factor, you know?
yeah, but I don't really want to be like coerced into stuff. I think we don't have to be. I think
a
everybody
personal
be
choice.
happier Like, you don't have to coerce me into doing the challenges for Fortnite, for instance. I think if you set up work in the correct way, you almost wouldn't even have to pay people. They would
That's
just do it.
Kind of how things are now.
Yeah,
They
it is.
almost
They
like,
are
don't
not
even
paying
pay
people, right? It's true.
Yeah.
It will always flow between yin and yang. That's a really good point, Mystic.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. You know, we think things are bad at one time, but that just means the counter swing is going the other way here soon. But we
Well,
have to go through that.
We don't know how soon. We don't know what the
Soon
pace
in
is.
in galactic time.
Right. I mean,
in
yes,
historical
it'll flow back,
time.
of course.
For our lifetime, who knows?
But what does that mean? Yeah,
Right.
for
So
our
anyway,
lives and experience.
it means that
I
life kinda
don't know
sucks.
if you meant complacency or compliancy brings no change, but I think either would work and be true.
Well, compliancy is sort of adherence to the status quo, and complacency. I think
If
they're
things are hard, things change. Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. You could use both words and have it. The sentence make sense.
Right.
That's why I was like, "Is that what you meant?" Probably. I guess we should just probably think that way. Sorry. Yeah. Wow. Fucking intense, man.
Yeah. But see, sometimes I start thinking, oh, well, it's collective consciousness, so I'm going to start thinking something really, really hard, you know?
Mm-hmm. It does happen, though. We've caused things to be created just by thinking about them. Or maybe we just realized they were
sometimes.
happening.
I'm trying, but some of the ones I'm trying hardest aren't working. Maybe that's...
Yeah. If all this change does not bring positive change, then it gets worse. And even so, in that getting worse, it'll bring the positive counter change. Yeah, exactly. You can't stretch it too far. Eventually, it springs back. Right? That's where we see all these other great, historical upheavals. I was just saying the other day, I was like, oh man, when I was younger, I was like, man, I'm glad all that like history happened back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that sounds like a really tough time, kind of, like.
I'm glad we got that over with, honestly.
All that bad stuff is back there now, and that's really cool. And then I guess, you start to realize,
Oh, wait, we're doing it now?
we're actually doing it. Like, this is some weird time that people are going to read about where they're like, and then fucking Corona hit. We all know about Corona, don't we? Because, it's just like, and then 2020. And then people will be like, ah. Maybe there'll be movies like, in 2050. It'll be like 2020. It'll be just like dramatized. And,
You wish. It's going to be 2023.
yeah, it'll be 2023, right? The year of doom, or whatever. It'll be called that.
I don't...
They won't have movies anymore.
See,
It'll be
and here's the thing. Just because things
cave comics.
fluctuate back and forth doesn't mean that any of that is, like, good for us, though.
It seems to be, though.
I mean, on an individual level. Just because it's good for our species.
Well, here's the thing. Existence isn't good for us. It's just a hellish hellhole. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
just being alive is like, you just gradually degrade or just get, like, brutally murdered before you gradually degrade, like, and then catch some sort of, like, horrific disease and then have great pain and then die. Or else maybe just suddenly, like, you're out or something, you just keel over, fucking dead.
Torture and death.
It's just torture and death. It's like
I
not
predict
fun
torture and death.
for the particular individual. It's not that much fun, right? Like, I mean, you have moments of fun.
Well, yeah.
You have moments.
For sure.
There's some good times, but like, all in all, the story's not like a great story. It's not like a sweeping narrative that you want to read. You're like, okay, what's this story about? Well, it's about this like organism that like grows up on a rock and like gradually just like kind of falls apart until it's dead. Wow, that's a great story, bro.
Grim. A little grim, dude.
Can we do something else? Can we like edit that a little bit? That seems kind of.
We gain perspective through our experiences, and this adds to our consciousness throughout different lives.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was the whole. I remember what was the. I can't remember what it's called. I remember when I was studying Buddhism, there was that whole concept that like you had to go through as many lives as there are like sand on the beach or something before you like understand shit. and can transcend or whatever that means. I don't really know what it meant to transcend or become enlightened or reach nirvana. I'm not really sure what any of that meant. But you had to like live like all these lives or whatever. But to me, that always sounded kind of horrifying, especially because each life seems really kind of just like a horror show. It's like, oh, now you have to live as many of those as sand on the beach, and I'm like, whoa,
Great.
I'm not fucking sure I'm into that.
Do I have to though?
Maybe it'll just
Like, is
stop
enlightened? This is
or
what I want to
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
I don't buy that it's worth it. Like, can you show me what the payoff is going to be? So I'm enlightened for doing this shit. That's great. Okay. What else?
Why is that cool? But then they always get you with that stuff like, oh, well, the lowly always, scoff at enlightenment, because they don't understand it. So yeah.
What's the matter with the lowly?
Well, you're lowly. You're not as cool. It says so in the
So
scriptures.
you're saying if I don't do shit your way, I'm not as cool as you?
Well, I'm not. I wouldn't
I
say
just
I'd
want to
be
be
the,
clear on this.
I wouldn't say that I'm the best spiritual leader or anything. Maybe I shouldn't be a spiritual leader, in fact.
I'm going to say...
In fact, I don't think anybody looks to me for spiritual guidance. So, I mean, I don't know. You can take that where you want it. Nobody's going to be like, Sean, I want to have a talk with you about matters of the soul. And I'll be like, oh, sure. Bro, I'm here for you.
People don't talk to me about... Well, no, people don't talk to me about matters of the soul. I don't think people like a lot of the harsh mirrors I tend to hold up to them.
I think just as we are each on our own path, it is fractal in a multiverse of Godheads. Yeah, right. The universe ends and is reincarnated with no memory of the last universe. Well, that kind of goes along with the like
Sometimes there's mistakes, I think.
river Styx or whatever, where you like pass over the river and you lose all your memories of the past life, right?
Have you read I Am a Cat?
No, I want to though. I see it on my Kindle
I
recommendations
like
all
I
the
Am a Cat.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it was really good.
Yeah, there's just a mix-up. The premises. There's a mix-up, and though he's supposed to be reincarnated with no memories of the previous life. Well, due to
It was
some
just an
error,
accident.
he's remembering the previous ones.
No.
Mhm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds
Mo
actually really
Yan,
good.
I Am a Cat. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, actually. I'm kind of hoping... See, I don't think anybody can really know. I'm kind of hoping reincarnation isn't true a little bit, personally. Because that sounds just like, oh my fucking God, no, I gotta do this again. Probably get eaten? I'm probably just gonna get eaten next time. I don't like that. Doesn't sound fun.
Well, okay. There's so much stuff in the universe, right? And like, if you're gonna end up being reincarnated, I just gotta say it's probably not as a person.
No shit, that's what I'm saying. You're probably like a squid baby.
You're gonna be like a space amoeba on like Zebulon Prime or something.
Well, what if there's no other life in the universe?
You're not gonna remember Sean.
Yeah, I'm saying, but have you guys looked into like why they think there's no other life in the universe? We might be the like ancient aliens.
No, there's plenty of other life in the universe. We found other life in the universe.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we fucking have.
We haven't found any life.
Yes, we have.
We have
found
not.
fucking microorganisms on Mars.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I know you're
that
not
life.
counting it as life,
Whatever,
but it's
that
life,
doesn't
and we found
count.
other life in the universe. It's already happened. Like,
Oh, I meant.
are you disparaging of the lowly again?
I was. I wasn't actually speaking of like the lowly microorganism. I was speaking of civilizations,
Why? Because they're so great?
advanced civilizations, space traveling civilizations.
Ian Stevenson had over 1,000 cases. He personally investigated.
1,000 cases of what? Are you talking about past life? Oh, past life regression? Yeah, who was that guy, though, that talked about past life regression? Maybe it was James Randi when he talked about it. And it was like, have you ever noticed that the past life regression people, maybe it was George Carlin, actually, are always someone famous? Like, no one ever goes, I was like a peasant in the 14th century or whatever. They're always like Napoleon or something. I think that was George Carlin. I think he had a bit about that. I thought it was funny.
I think that was George Carlin.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although my mother was positive she remembered one of her past lives, which was in like the Victorian era or whatever.
What did she do in her past life? What was it?
All she remembered, she said, was that she was looking out of a window onto like cobblestone streets, and like a carriage was going by.
Why? What made her think that it was a past life and not really vivid dream or a hallucination or something?
But
I'm just saying,
we
like, what
can't
made her
ask
think that?
now.
Oh, she
'cause
didn't mention. You didn't ask at the time.
Well, the answer's obvious because she wanted to think that.
I mean, it could have been that there were differences she noticed.
Well, she obviously felt
between,
that
like,
it was
and other
something
dreams
different.
or something like that. I don't know.
It must have felt different in some way.
A murder was solved through it. I'd be suspicious of that. I'm a skeptic.
Yeah, sorry, we're total skeptics,
Yeah.
Mystic.
Yep, I'm a total skeptic of not of the possibility of
Yeah, right. I still think that
having
there's
there
a
be
possibility.
more after death that we experience. But whenever somebody's, saying, "Oh, you're so and so," or "You're so and so," I'm like, why? What are they getting out of it though? Like the Final Fantasy house.
Been probably burned too many times, right? And in fact,
yeah.
I would say I was even more into exploring psychic phenomena, especially because of my mom, who is super into psychic phenomenon stuff. And here's the weird part. Some of that shit is actually just not understood. Sorry. There's some shit that we do that's like,
I agree.
you
with
can
that.
say no or whatever.
For sure.
But like, it's happening.
Right.
And we don't know why.
It's
and that's
when
fine.
I become skeptical is when anyone's claiming to understand it, and they're gaining something from it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly when I become skeptical too. Yeah, no. You can
I mean,
put
I'd
that,
check it out. I'm
throw that
curious
up on
what he
Discord
says.
if you
Yeah,
want.
for sure.
If you have like a video, especially you especially like, yeah, we'll definitely check it out. We
Yeah.
always are watching stuff now. I gotta say, we have a whole like video playlist on our channel.
Oh my god, yeah. We've got like
Right.
our YouTube thing. I think you can like even follow.
Yeah,
what
I
we
think you
have
can
on
even
there,
look at our
too,
playlists
and
even
look at our
or
playlists,
something.
but there's some cool shit on there.
Although I
So,
think we
and-
delete them sometimes just because we've seen them or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we always check that shit out. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been like, because I was the kind of guy, like, remember I told you that when I was like a teenager, I would say a young teenager, I wanted to learn astral projection. And my whole purpose was that, for some reason, I think it's because of the movies I'd seen, I wanted to go to a girl's locker room. Right? Maybe like a, volleyball or whatever. And they'd be like changing, and I'd be like astral projecting into the locker room, being like, naked girls, right?
Yeah.
I kind of wonder how much I've changed, honestly. I guess I'm not actively trying to astral project at this point, because I found out it was really hard. Like, if that's really something you can do, it wasn't something I could do from the book on how to astral project. Although, you know what that did lead me to, which was actually productive, was lucid dreaming, which I think maybe even is the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't know how
agree.
much
I
you've
found
looked
some
into
things
lucid
there.
dreaming. I found that to be like a real, like, there's something you're doing, because I did actually become lucid in a dream. Like, I did it. So I know it's an actual thing.
Right. Me
I don't
too.
know
I've
what
done
it
before,
means. It's
too.
cool, though. I really like it. I love the feeling when I'm like, oh shit, I'm dreaming. And then it like becomes like, I can't even really describe it. But I'm trying to, but one time, so I did, I was practicing it like consistently, and I got to the point where I was doing lucid dreams here and there, right? And I even got to the point where I was like, I woke up one time, I was kind of like in a rocky landscape or something. I can't remember what I was doing in my dream. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dreaming, right? And I was like, you don't have much time. So you're like, I can finally do it. I can finally like summon a woman, right? I could like have a woman come here, and then like the door opens like in this rock, and this woman pops out, and she's like, ta-da! And it was like, she was like Ronald McDonald. She had like this orange like afro, and she was all weird looking, but she was like naked or whatever, but it wasn't like sexy or whatever. She just like popped out the door, was like, ta-da! And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, and then it caused me to like lose the state or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there was my attempt at
That's
like bringing women
hilarious.
into lucid dreams.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say not as successful as it could have been, but still it was cool. Like the ones I had where I didn't try to do goofy shit like that, where I just like experienced it or whatever, was really cool.
Okay, yeah.
Like my first lucid dream was like I was just in this like stone like castle like labyrinth area, and I was up on the ramparts of it, so I was looking down into the labyrinth, and I had like paths up above too. Mm-hmm. And it was like this weird, like the sun was setting and the sky was like gray and misty and stuff, and it was like super cool. I like realized I was dreaming. I was just in this weird crazy landscape, and it was like, whoa, this is fucking cool.
I had
right?
one that now most of the time I don't like it because I realize I'm dreaming and I feel trapped.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I do. I feel trapped like instantly, like closed in or something. But one I remember, and I was much younger, but I got a hold of for a minute, and I was like standing. The castle reminded me of it.
Yeah.
I was on this castle rampart, and it was nighttime.
Well, you had a castle one too. That's cool.
Yeah, and there was this like rainbow shimmering off in the distance at night, and it like warped and transfigured and flew toward me and like plopped in my hand. This little rainbow,
Cool.
and I was able to like magic, like mage manipulate this rainbow.
Wow.
All around. It was
All
pretty
right.
fucking. It was like prismatic
is super
shit.
cool.
It was really, really cool. Yeah. So that was fun. That was the one time I had fun doing that.
All right, that's super cool. All right, I like that happened. I've had a couple where I was like flying, which is super cool.
I've flown a few times. Yeah, but I mean,
Mystic says Delta State is
stressful
used
a
for
little bit.
astral projection. Yeah, the super Delta. See, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the lucid dreaming stuff like connects into that. I've been getting close unaided with only a few sessions. Dude, yeah. Check out the lucid dreaming stuff too, man. It's so fun. I think it's cool. The thing is, ever since I've started smoking, herbal remedies, you know what I mean, consistently, I haven't dreamed. I don't remember my dreams. Maybe I could train
sometimes you
myself.
do, but not.
Once in a while. It has to be a very strong dream for me
Right,
to actually
yeah.
remember it. But, so I haven't been doing that for years. But that's okay. I think it's worth it. Smoking, except for making me cough. you
Right.
know. Hope I don't get hit with corona too soon. You know. I hope Bowman's okay, man.
Yeah, I know. I wrote to him. I didn't hear
I haven't
back.
heard him. But yeah, so I don't know. What was I talking about? I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
We were talking about lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming and astral projection.
Astral projecting.
Anyway, yeah, I've lent the
I've
book
had a
out at
couple
some
like
point.
out of body experience types of things. One was an out of body experience from just like trauma, and
Yeah.
one was like it was I would call it astrally projecting, but it wasn't intentional.
Gotcha.
It was very odd.
How'd you do it? Where?
I was in my bed,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in Oregon, where I lived in Oregon, and I've told you this, but like I heard someone knock at the window.
Oh, that's right. God, that's
There
weird.
was a knock on my window, so I got up in my bed, and I'm on my knees in my bed looking out my window, and there's a woman outside my window, and she's like in her 50s, and she's wearing a pink nylon jogging suit
Whoa.
with like pink or white pinstripes on the side.
That's pretty specific.
She had blondish, grayish hair.
Mm-hmm.
It was like curly, like she does rollers in it, you know?
Creepy.
And she had like little earrings on, and she had white jogging shoes on, and she was outside my window just talking to me, telling me something really important. But I couldn't hear her at all, and I'm like, what are you saying? And she's talking to me, and she's telling me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look down, and there I am sleeping in bed. And I'm like, okay, I'm good.
I'm just going back to my
I'm going
body.
back to my body now. Yeah.
That's weird. Oh, I can make a story out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's one I should make a story out of.
Yeah.
Mystic says, he had when was this? I was meditating yesterday using theta waves, but I felt like it was vibrating when I had the samadhi experience. I perceived two entities came either side of me and placed a hand on either shoulder. Felt like they were trying to help me. Oh, crazy, dude. See? Loren's entity didn't feel like it was trying to help her.
She was trying to help me. She was just like, Maybe not going about it in the best way.
She's trying to tell you something.
She's trying to tell me something. She wasn't trying to, like, hinder me, but...
Maybe it's some weird, like, murder victim or something.
No.
She
didn't seem traumatized or scared or anything like that. She seemed adamant about something. Straightforward.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Pragmatic. But I wanted her to, like, write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, like, I'm
or
not coming
something.
outside.
Like, I'm not going to open the window for you. No.
That just seems wrong. I feel like, yeah, that's just one of those things you shouldn't do.
I don't know who you are, and I'm not opening the window for weird astrally projecting ladies.
Like, maybe that's something
Just
that lets the
rando.
vampire in or something.
Yeah, not going to do it.
I can see that being like that would be the story. It would be like, you'd see the lady outside the window, and then the person in the story would actually open the window. And then the lady would, like, disappear, and you'd have problems in the house. Like, that's what led her in to haunt the house or something.
Right. But me, I'm always practical. I'm like, I don't think so, bitch.
I don't think so. You can just stay out there. You did. You basically did that. It's kind of wild. Well, kill her.
Yeah, like, the entities are going to come place their hand lovingly on my shoulder. I'm just going to fucking flip.
Loren's not going to let any loving entities come and place
No
hands
loving
on her
entities
shoulder.
are coming to hang out, no.
Loren doesn't trust a loving entity. See, like me.
Yeah.
I
I'm
always do that.
suspicious.
Yeah, she's just suspicious every time, like, loving.
New Thinking Aloud. That guy was the first person to get a diploma in parapsychology.
Nice.
Where did he do that from?
Yeah, how do you get a diploma in parapsychology?
Well, there's plenty of schools where you can create your own degree. Yeah.
I'll bet there's, like, honestly, at this point, probably a school for parapsychology somewhere. I would be surprised, like, honestly, because especially of all the shows and stuff. I know somebody wants to get a degree in that.
Of course they do. I mean, I would think that'd be like a hot subject right
Yeah.
now.
We should open a school for...
That's a really good idea.
We should open a college. Actually, Mystic,
Would you like to
you're
teach?
going to have to run the college. I feel like he has the expertise.
I'm going to run the college.
Oh,
But
you'll run
Mystic
the
could be a
college.
teacher at the college
Oh,
for parapsychology.
there you go. You can study at many unis now.
Studied the carp out of it.
The carp. We knew.
I know
think we
you mean
did know
crap,
that one.
but it just is cute.
Yeah. All those
Yeah,
carp.
they did. They put a
are wrong.
lot.
Do you need
I need more pot. Oh, I mean herbal
herbal remedies?
remedies.
I don't even know what it even matters anymore. Well, I mean, they got us thinking though that
It's not a song.
the vaccine's getting handed out because I think they want us to go out. I feel like the psyops are trying to just get everybody to go out and spend money at Christmas, which makes sense. That to me is easily understandable.
The vaccine isn't effective for 5 weeks after it's administered.
Right, but people don't hear that. They just hear I can go back to normal, which a surprising amount of people want to do. I don't even want to go back to the way it was. I don't think I
Right?
can.
Yeah. Gnosis. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying you're gonna have to do the college part.
Exactly.
We'll just sit around
fits.
and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Probably the same thing I do most projects. Provide moral support.
Right.
You guys will take care of a lot of stuff. I can tell. More practical matters.
Right. The running the college on the day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Mystic has to teach the classes because he actually knows the shit.
Right. I'll just give a speech once in a while. I'll give a rousing
And I'll deal
speech.
with the administrative duties
Right.
because that's just what
I'll wander
we
around the
end up
halls.
doing.
Making sure to properly care for the students. You know what I'm saying? I'll have an office. It'll be a really nice office, I think. Very comfy couch.
Your job is giving you 12-hour shifts, which for 4 years you spent learning this esoteric science, occult, and meditation stuff.
It's kind of cool. It does seem like for your job, you don't have to
does
like
make
be
a lot of
active
sense.
every
You
moment.
just
So
have to
you
be
get to like
present.
you get to actually like do your own thing, which I think is
it's super
pretty
cool.
ideal. I think you kind of did it right there a little bit.
You have a small library now. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's cool, dude.
That always feels good.
Yeah.
We need a bookshelf.
Yeah, we maybe do need a bookshelf.
We actually have a whole bunch of books that aren't out at all.
And look at this. This is good stuff right here.
Sean's nerd credentials.
I do have nerd books.
If anybody should ever need them.
If you're like curious, if you're like, is Sean really a nerd? Or is he just pretending? A lot of people probably ask that. Don't they? They're like, wow, this guy seems so cool. There's no way he could be a nerd, right? I feel like that's happened. Actually, that's realistically, people have mistaken me for being a cool person before for a split second.
You know, when I worked in the workforce,
Right.
yeah, people were weirded out to find out that I was a weirdo
Right. They're like, wait a minute, you're a fucking weirdo.
because it took a while to discover that.
Right. And they just throw it out there.
You have a good book cabinet. What if we turned that into our mini library? Our little library.
That needs to be your getaway place.
Yeah, I mean, why would my getaway place not be a little library?
That might be kind of cozy.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta tell you though, I don't know. I had to give up a long time ago that like loaning a book probably meant
Giving the book away.
that you're just giving the book to that person.
Yeah.
I
If
would
you
just get another
just
one.
tell yourself that in your head, you don't hurt anymore from it. And if you're
Yeah.
not willing to just give that book away,
Then you probably shouldn't loan it.
don't loan it.
Because a lot of things can happen to the book.
Yeah. Even something unintentional.
Yeah.
And you never know where that book could go.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Yeah, you gotta share that shit with the world.
Well, you do if it's a good book sometimes. Gotta loan it out.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes you want to, like, the things I keep are things that I like as objects as well as the book, for the most part.
Right. Me
Just
too.
because our space is limited.
Well, we don't
and
even
it's
have
filled with
books
so much
out.
shit.
We've pared down the books a lot.
we have. Well, I mean, I love the books that we have.
Yeah, me too.
But we did start getting rid of just the stuff that we're like, we did the whole Marie Kondo sparks joy thing.
Yeah, it's true.
So every book I have, I can pick up, and like it excites me, and that's a cool feeling to not pick up books that make you feel guilty. You know?
Although we
I
do
don't
have
wanna
to
pick
do
up
that
good-
again, maybe though, with
I
every
think
not
it's
with
tough.
books.
Just everything.
But you're right. You're right. Not to feel guilty about holding on. Like some things are just gifts that you're like, oh, I really should have read that. That person got that for me, or
Well, there's some esoteric stuff I really buy into. Is that there's like a soul of the house, you know, and you need to like keep it healthy and fresh and clean it out.
right?
You know, if you don't have a healthy home, you can't have a healthy life.
Yeah, exactly. Was that when you lent out Mystic the Kabbalion? Like gold-plated edges. Oh yeah, I like those kind of books though.
Oh, those are super cool.
It's supposed to travel and find its way to new hands though.
There you go.
I do
It's
feel like
out
that's
on
one of
its
those books
journey.
where like you shouldn't hoard it anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those books where like you see on the shelf and be like, oh, that's an interesting book, and the man would be like, yes, of course, take it.
I'm on the lookout for Finnegan's Wake.
We are on the lookout
I'm
for
just putting it
Finnegan's
out in the
Wake, though, yeah.
universe, you know.
Right.
I need to find a physical copy of Finnegan's Wake. I don't want it on Amazon. I need like the book
Right. Yeah. Right.
itself. So, but I don't have the money to spend on it, so I'm just telling the universe, and I know that it's going to happen.
Eventually, we might get it because I think it'd be one of those. It's one of the few like things that I want as an actual book. Like
Yeah.
for the most part, I've moved over to the Kindle. You know, like I like it better that way. Now I don't have a book. I've read a book. It's just in my little fucking account. Maybe it'll even
Right.
disappear. I don't even know. But I never have to get rid of a thing.
Right. I just own the physical copies of the ones that I really want to take with me and have like as objects as well. For like Why Paint Cats, for example.
Right. I like that
Why
one. That's
Paint
fun to
Cats
leave
doesn't
for.
make sense unless it's as a physical book.
Well, same with this. Would I ever want to like look in here and be like on the phone? Like I don't even. It's mostly for the pictures anyway.
yeah.
Like it just has pictures in there, you know.
Like you might like read some of their stats.
oh yeah, it describes it. The moon dog. also known as the Black Hound or Night Prowler, is often mistaken for a baneful monster, when in fact the creature protects mankind and seeks out evil predators to slay in the night.
Sean, we could totally do a YouTube series where we read the monster manuals. What do you think?
Well, the problem is a lot of the monster manual. Okay, here, let's go back to the monster manual. It was designed for a game, so there's like a, you know, a little bit of flavor text, right? Like here, harpy. Harpies have the bodies of vultures, but the upper torsos and heads of women. They're voracious carnivores and foul creatures. Those that dwell along seacoasts are generally known as sirens. All harpies are able to emit sweet-sounding calls. Okay, I guess they tell them, but then they start getting into the technical thing. Any creature hearing these calls will proceed toward the harpies unless they save versus magic. Similarly, the touch of a harpy charms those creatures which fail to make their saving throw versus magic. The harpies attack, torture, and devour their charmed prey. What they do not want, they foul with excrement. A harpy attacks with her vulture claws and some form of weapon, often a bone club. Well, I guess that, you know, that's not bad.
Let me think.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I could use each of these for a horror
A
story.
harpy attacks with her vulture claws and some form of weapon, often a bone club or some weapon left from one of her former victims. They speak their own language and none other.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not always the best writing, but it doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter. I like it. We could do a thing on it.
Yeah, we can do a thing on anything. I think next week, we've been noticing like the hanging out part usually happens more on today than it does on Sundays. So we're thinking of doing something different on Sundays.
We're gonna signify that with different thumbnails.
Yeah, we're
Ginger
gonna
for
figure. Yeah,
one day and Koa for the other.
to show that it's like a different vibe each day. I think that's fun. We could have 2 streams a week. One of them, next week I kind of want to, I'm leaning towards, and I'm not sure this is going to happen, but I'm leaning towards making Fortnite sculptures. Either in solos or rumbles. I'm not sure what we would decide. I'd probably start off with like a cube to get my sculpting flexors back, right? What? Or we could do like a unicorn or something. Maybe we should do a person. Maybe it's time to do a person. I don't know. What is it, Loren?
Nothing. I just blanked out
What?
everything that you were saying, like while you were saying it. And I tuned back in at maybe a unicorn, and I'm like, what? Like, if I were Jay, I would have edited that as like a giant, like, gaping vortex that we all got sucked into, and then we got spat out, and you're like, or we could make a unicorn.
When your girl gives you that Benzodrine stare. Whatever.
Diaza.
Whatever. Do it simple without... Okay. You're going to simplify your YouTube idea so it seems more achievable. You're going to start with cool CIA stuff. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you might like some of the channels we follow.
Yeah, but I guess it's not really like government conspiracies or conspiracy stuff. The stuff we follow is just weird stories, I would say. Although the one was really like, I would say, into conspiracy stuff. The only one we ever saw was that one about the Alex Jones gay frogs. Like, what was the actual thing behind what he said?
That was super interesting.
It was actually really interesting. I hate to say it. Not in the way he presented it. I would say he's just not very good at that or whatever. But the actual thing he was referencing that he didn't care to learn about was very interesting.
Right. He was trying to reference like an actual thing that was happening.
Right.
And just did it in a
Very clumsy way that became a meme.
yeah.
Which he's kind of an idiot. He seems like, I don't know what his deal is. He's just so angry. I guess that's what the audience likes.
Yeah.
He just is like,
he's not the only one though. Like a lot of YouTubers, I think, make it from that. Like that.
Like you have
Being
to get
hugely
upset.
aggressive, throwing tantrums, like.
You know, I
It's a
wonder,
style.
did that start with the Mad Money guy?
Maybe.
Do you think? Like he kind of made that popular where he's like, what stock should we get?
Yeah, the Mad Money guy. That might be it. That might be why.
Because I feel like before that guy, nobody really was that style as much. You have 350 plus hours in a playlist from all the stuff I've watched during my research. Oh, thanks for the music. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I don't remember. I blanked out too.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Asperger's for the win.
I'm glad you put music back on.
Yeah.
I did kind of start fading around there. Started fading off. That's why I'm saying I kind of like.
Sometimes it's nice to be able to use like our mental challenges, or psychological challenges, like as a bonus.
You're like, that's just what happens.
It does happen sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you can like turn it around, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what me and you have some issues, but that's why we even do anything creative. Like if I didn't have whatever issues I had, I don't think I'd be creative at all.
Right.
Like if you
I'm not
medicated away
creative.
my problem.
But sometimes just like everything just escapes and splurts into existence out of my brain for some reason. So.
Right. Yeah, it's tough, right? You want to be able to do it all. You're taking too big of a chunk. Yeah, I see. It's because of the like obsessive nature or whatever.
Right.
You have to have everything or every detail. I think Loren deals with that kind of thing. Where I just like, that's why we're able to put anything out is I'll just put something out.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah,
I
right.
have to let go of that so much just to be able to survive in the world. And I think I end up getting a lot of bitterness and resentment for that, you know?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you just kind of got to jump right in. Like, don't worry about simplified. Don't worry about doing anything. Just start talking about it on a video. You know,
Right,
maybe
exactly.
have like one point. You know,
Right.
doesn't matter. Then you can build it up. through all
It's
your
true.
videos.
With YouTube videos, I did realize that was the way.
You can just build it.
Grew up and I learned something new from that. That like, I can't wait until it's right.
Yeah, you can.
I can't wait until I have all the information. I can't wait until the picture is completely done.
It's even okay for a video to ask a question. I think that is the
Right.
other thing. Like, look, I found this weird thing. I don't know what it means. Here's what I think it means. Let's
Just
look
getting
into
a
it more.
video together and out is a whole thing unto itself, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have to do it. Just have to do it. Get it out there.
Just do it. There, that's our inspirational.
Although it's tough. It's tough to like let go and be like, okay, I birth you now.
Just fucking
You
put it
are
out
your
there.
own entity,
Yeah, you have to
which
do
I
as
no
you
longer
will.
control.
Right. I'm no longer. You are living your own life now.
And the life you live reflects on me. So fantastic.
So you're gonna get into the sound and stuff. Yeah. Well, just be careful. I see a lot of people like not complete the thing because they're waiting for it to be all. Well, it's kind of like with the board game. Like it was never gonna be done. We had to eventually, at some point, say, "This is it. This is the version. It's actually done now."
Right. Right. And then you don't get to pick either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could spend all your time getting the sound and getting the ideas and getting everything done for the video.
Here's the thing. Yeah.
And then not a goddamn person looks at it or responds to it or says anything to it or
Right.
gives a shit about it in any way. And then like one time you accidentally upload like your dog taking a shit on the back porch and it goes viral.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, people love this.
And then you're always like the dog shitting on the porch guy forever after that.
Right. The dog shitting on the porch guy.
So I don't,
Could be worse.
yeah. It's not that bad, but it's just then like you're that dude. You're not like the artist with this creative soul. No, you're the dog shit dude.
Yeah.
I don't know where I came up with it. It just seems. You know.
Yeah, don't be the dog shit dude, Mystic.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
No, she be the dog shit dude.
Accept being the dog shit dude, or it'll undo you. Undo. Do.
I'm pretty sure everybody thinks our advice is amazing.
You had a flash of a simple version. That's what I like to do is like, okay, so what's important is learning about the structure of things. And if each iteration is an improvement on some foundational thing, then what grows organically is going to be cooler than I could have just created by brute force originally.
Balls.
And then there's Sean's approach, which is different than mine
Right.
and yours, Mystic.
It is different. What would you say my
It's wildly different.
what do you say my approach would be then? What's your perception of my approach? What do you think it is?
You just go bleh, and stuff happens, and
Right, I take some sort of action.
80% of the time it's really dumb and it sucks, and 20% of the time it's just like monumentally amazing, and it pisses me off really bad because I don't think you deserved like getting that often. It's really frustrating when I sit and I fucking plan it and I research and I get it all together and I do a good job and nobody cares, and you just bleh,
Balls.
and you get like flesh lump.
Yeah, flesh lump. Yeah, right, exactly. People are like, great.
Yeah.
Like, people thought that was entertaining. Great.
Yeah.
Did they see my project? Your project's just this big, long explanation of stuff, and everybody's like, yeah, anyway, I'm bored.
But there's something to it. I'm not
saying it wasn't.
putting down your method at
Right.
all. It's just, though it's frustrating to me, it does. I do think that there's something to it. I wish I could be more that way.
Oh, you just start getting into music. That's cool. Yeah, we should do, like, that's what we should do. We should make a collaboration at some point.
I would do a collaboration. I want to play something I haven't played before.
We would have to, like, trade sound files or something.
Like, I want to play the Udu or something. Well, I played it a couple times, but not like...
We would send
I wanna do
Mystic a
something
sound
different.
file, and he would send us one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we would, like, record something with it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that sounds like a good plan.
And that would be an album.
Mm-hmm.
It would be an EP. Right? It would be two
Yeah,
songs.
let's do it, and we can put
It'd
it
be
on
a
our
2-song
YouTube
EP.
channels, right?
Yeah, we could put it on our YouTube
We
channel.
can put on like what they are separately, and then what they sound like together, and
Yeah, that's true.
I think it sounds like fun.
That does sound like kind of fun. We'd have to record a thing. Yeah, we should set that up through Discord then. Let's actually set that up.
Yeah, actually, let's very much
Why
do
not?
that. Yeah.
I was just throwing shit out there. See, there it is. I was just puking shit out of my mouth. And that actually seems like a good idea. So, there you go. Right?
Well, I'll set it up, and you guys have to like make the first,
I'll make a track, yeah.
tracks.
I'll make a track. You can even record over my track. We can do it together or not. That's up to you. We could record the tracks at different times. We could all record them at different times.
Right, exactly. I think that might be fun. All three of us could record a separate track.
Maybe we should do all three of us, yeah. And then send it around each time.
Send them around. Oh, yeah, like musical chairs.
We have Audacity. We have the open source
Oh, yeah.
audio thing. So that's what we'd be using.
It's open source, so if you don't have it, you can get it.
But we can
free.
export it as
Except
no, we
that
can
you're in
export it
another
as
country,
files
so-
that work, like MP4s or whatever. Oops,
Is it gonna
sorry.
be a problem, like transferring things to like
Huh?
British gigabytes? I don't know if there's
British gigabytes? No, there's no issue with that. No.
Okay.
Everybody uses the same music files pretty much around the world.
Okay.
The British don't have an own special tea and crumpet file. Or something.
I don't know.
Their music files are just different. We don't even know what to say.
Well, they're like electrical outlets are, so
They have the MP fish and chips. Is that stereotypical? That was stereotypical.
it was. It was like racist, Sean.
Actually, that was the best fish and chips. So that there was this like UK fish and chip
Oh my God,
house
in
in
Portland.
Portland. Who knows what's happening?
Portland has like some of the best food in the world.
Dude, whatever
100%,
English style
absolutely.
fish and chips is, they nailed. I mean, it was really good. I was like, that's fucking
If
good.
it's not
Maybe that was
English
just
style
in
fish
Portland.
and chips, then England might need to come try this
Step
place
it
in
up.
Portland.
They need to step it up then.
Yeah.
Although
That
the
was
other
so
day
good. It
too,
was like
everybody's always like
9:50.
English cooking sucks, right?
No, I don't.
Around the
think
world,
so.
everyone says the same thing. English cooking is just literally bottom of the barrel. Just
I think they
straight up
mean what
garbage.
people in England eat
Yeah,
regularly is
Mm-hmm.
straight bottom of the barrel, but not like the cooking or the food itself, right?
No, I think. No, what's the worst thought of food? Probably like Irish food. I think is the worst thought of.
I don't know, like. No, I think of like, what's the worst food?
Like where you're like, ooh. I mean, American food.
I was gonna say like whatever the egg, the fetus fermented.
Oh, the
duck
ballots.
fetus. That's it. Like
You think that's the worst food?
I didn't like crab brains or cold chicken feet, so I'm gonna go with Chinese food is
The worst. But
the
see,
biggest swings in Chinese food.
like some Chinese food's
From like
really
the
good.
grossest worst stuff to like the most amazing, incredible stuff ever.
It's extreme, then, not the
Everything in between.
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll post one of the tracks I'm working on at the moment. We'll figure out how to share it so it's most editable. Yeah, and figure out what we want to do. We should figure out our aim for like how we make the tracks and what we do to them.
I'm gonna put Nepal on the list for worst food, but that's just a personal preference. But everything, for the most part, I think is like yak based.
Oh,
It's
I
all
see.
yak butter
and it's not
based.
to your taste. You're like, I don't like that.
And like Westerners, I don't think it can really even have like the yak stuff because it's
Their stomachs aren't even used to it.
the amount of lactose in it is like insane or some shit like that, or there's some other enzyme we can't process. So subjectively,
Mystic says normal English cooking does suck, although most of the Indian food eaten around the world is actually English. So
right?
in a sense, like in the same that we have Chinese food in America, it's like American Chinese food. In like England, they have American Indian food. Like we do Tex-Mex, which is like American Mexican food.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
we always take and do like, and like pizza, American pizza is totally different. Like America just takes food from everywhere. We just take food from
People
somewhere
take
like
food from other people because
Yeah.
you eat shit and you're like, oh my god, that's good.
right.
I'm gonna make that
It's true.
because I want to eat that more.
But then you don't have necessarily the ingredients that they have in
yeah,
their
so
place.
you have to sub.
So you actually just use whatever's around. You make your own kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens.
you add so much flavor to your food
Mm-hmm.
if you eat out in an English restaurant, unless they're doing really good meat and roasts. Oh,
Yeah, I like my food spicy too, though. A lot around here, though, I have to say there's a lot more spicy food now. Although everything's kind of just weird, so.
right. We've just been like cooking at home,
Yeah,
obviously, way more.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, we're not going out. I miss going out. We get takeout sometimes.
mm-hmm.
Americans do make really good food, but you make it so
Mhm.
unhealthy. Try to make it taste strong, but also healthy. Yeah, American food's all about like, well, especially when I was in New Orleans, like Southern food especially is like, let's deep fry it and put gravy on it. That'll be really tasty. And then maybe even top it with like meat sauce. You know what I mean? Like we do that kind of shit.
various cheeses and
Yeah, like let's throw, and then we put cheese on that. And then sugar. And then we'll just put cinnamon rolls on top of that. Like
right.
we'll just do whatever. We just
Mhm,
throw shit
mhm.
together. We're like, can we have like a donut as a hamburger bun?
Have you heard of a McGriddle?
We can. Yeah, McGriddle.
A
yeah.
McGriddle is like a, is it like a sausage McMuffin or an egg McMuffin, but instead of like bread, it's made with pancakes? The sandwich bread is made with pancakes.
We have deep fried butter.
Deep fried butter.
We
Oh,
made
at
deep
the
fried
fairground,
Snickers.
Yeah, deep fried Snickers bars.
Oh, well, that's too gross. That's too gross for me though. I will say some people do eat that though.
Deep fried Snickers bars.
Oof, that's a tough one.
There's sugar in everything. There's sugar
Yeah.
in bread. There's sugar in tortillas.
It's because of the
there's sugar
corn
in...
subsidies. Like we have a lot of like cheap corn syrup, so it just kind of made its way into everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what happens with subsidies. Now we just all eat corn syrup
Mm.
because we won't eat enough fucking corn tortillas, I guess, or corn on the cob.
We couldn't.
Or
We
popcorn.
couldn't eat as much corn as they want us to. Still not possible.
But they want to make sure we have the food, I guess.
Yeah.
Was close with an American family for a few years. Amazing food, but yeah, so unhealthy. We are into like putting gravy on shit, deep frying like everything.
We don't.
We deep fry bread and butter. I mean, we just deep fry like a candy bar. We deep fry a candy bar.
I don't think it's the deep frying and the butter and all that that's the worst part. I don't. I think it's our
the
dependence
sugar.
on packaged food.
Yeah, that's a problem.
that makes us the most unhealthy. I think most of the time people in the U.S. are not cooking meals. They're
Right.
heating up meals.
Like rations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat healthy food.
We tried to cut out a lot of stuff, you know.
We've gotten healthier. That's where we're at.
Right. Like remember we were doing the corn dogs for a minute
Oh
there.
god, that was so bad.
And the
for us.
fruit snacks.
Corn dogs. You guys saw us eating corn dogs and fruit snacks.
Yeah.
You guys saw that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe
We
you
don't
guys-
do that
Yeah, we don't
really
do that anymore.
anymore.
We have gotten better actually.
Mm-hmm. We stopped drinking soda. Remember, we used to have
we're
like
drinking
soda all the
and
time.
shit. Yeah, that's true. You had so much flavor. Yeah, who knows? You never know what like you are compared to normal as far as like taste bud sensitivity or whatever.
Right.
You had corn dogs. They are amazing though, aren't they?
They're
It
pretty
actually kind
good.
of makes me want one.
Corn
right now.
dogs and mustard, actually.
Corn dogs. Oh my god, they're so good. They're
Mhm.
just terrible. There's corn, just a corn breading.
Yeah.
Cornbread on a hot dog and then
Cornbread
deep
on a-
fried.
I could just. Ooh, Sean.
What are you saying, Lorraine? You can make a corn dog.
I mean, I can make cornbread.
And put hot dogs in it.
How can I make a corn dog?
Like in the oven. You can do a baked corn dog. You should definitely look that up.
Corn dog recipe.
Baked. Glad I don't have those available. Yeah, they're like at every corner store or whatever here. Is just like
Oh yeah,
you
like-
can get like a
our corner store, you know, they have pizza,
Mhm.
buffalo wings, taquitos, corn dogs, nachos,
Although now I've replaced corn dogs with mostly I get a taquito.
and then they have like giant vats of like different cheese sauces that you just pump onto what. Oh, there's hot dogs
Pump 'em.
too. You pump it on there. Nachos, like full nacho, like they have like beans and shit.
Right? It's
Dump
just
shit on
all
your
terrible.
nachos.
It's like it's not actually cheese. It's some sort of weird plastic or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I do have a fast food chicken place at the top of my street. Oh, that's got to be tough. But you know what? One time I remember I lived like, where was that? Yeah, it was in New Orleans. I lived across the street from Burger King, basically. Like we could literally just wake up, walk across. They knew
Oh.
us.
Mm-hmm.
They knew us pretty well. Like we were literally across the street. They're like,
I
"Hey,
used to
what's
live
up?"
next to a Jack in the Box. And that
Yeah.
they let me walk up in the
Mhm.
drive-through, like in my pajamas and shit.
They would just know like us. It was pretty bad. But I will say this: like after a while, we did kind of like overdose, and like stop going there as much. Like it was really tempting though to have just a fast food just like right there, just right there.
It's just too easy sometimes.
Yeah.
Baked corn dogs.
Baked corn dogs. There you go.
Let's see, what are the ingredients? I'm gonna see if I have them.
Probably. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we don't have very many hot dogs though, do we? We don't know. Anyway, yeah, good stuff. Looks groomed and oily. You're talking about my
Cornmeal, baking
amazing
powder,
beard?
salt.
Yeah, I've been trying to take care of it. I've been brushing it.
Do we have ground mustard?
Ground mustard? Yeah. Actually, we do. I keep it for the. I used to use it for.
I just need wooden sticks and hot dogs, and I can make corn dogs.
Maybe you should try it. Homemade corn dogs,
You
baked
think
instead of fried.
Baked corn dogs. Corn dogs, yeah.
Yeah, I think you should totally try that. We need to go take care of the bank stuff though. Maybe we should do that. It's kind of weighing on me a little bit.
Oh, is it stressing you out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I hear you.
I think I'm getting some kind of. Am I getting like a caffeine headache or something?
I don't know. I was
it's
thinking
not
about making
COVID.
more coffee.
Yeah, let's
So
do it.
maybe we'll do that.
Huge bottle of almond oil and add other oil. So cheap, good for your beard. Yeah, I do have a little bit. We did get some oil. I'm not sure what's in it. I don't actually know what kind of oil it is.
I don't know. It just came with the brush and stuff.
It's pretty nice.
I
though. It
like I
smells
said,
good.
I'd use olive oil is usually what I go is my
Yeah.
go-to. Olive oil because it's cheap
Yeah.
and good for you, but also, I think argan oil is good, but that one's more expensive. But you like the almond oil too?
Yeah, almond oil. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've had that. But it probably smells good. If it smells like almonds,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. Don't you think?
Yeah. I wonder if we could get like a big almond oil and I could have some for baking and you could have some for your beard.
I wonder if it's for food.
Yeah, why not? I might use like almond oil in baking stuff.
Yeah, you're right. It seems like you could.
It's a good base oil, yeah.
I'll bet it's expensive.
Yeah, well, here's a nice thing about almond oil. It's cheaper than like vanilla or whatever, vanilla extract, but it can carry the vanilla. So you can preserve your vanilla by adding a little of the almond oil. And then you can put your other flavors on it.
Oh, some of it's a skin lotion though. Like I don't see like just almond oil. Oh wait, here, no, it's here. Hair pure.
I would do just a pure almond oil.
Let's see how much it is. It's made for mostly. It's this pure moisturizing oil. 13 something. All right. I mean, it's not crazy expensive. It doesn't seem to be for food, which is weird. Do you ever use it for food? I'm curious because it seems like it should be able to be used for food, but it doesn't look like that's what it's for. Maybe this
Click
one.
on that one.
Yeah, this one looks more like it.
It's like olive oil, Sean, but just with almonds. Like you can use it, you can do whatever you want with it.
Weird. It's bottled weirdly. It's like put this on your ears. Like it's giving you weird. It's weird. The world of almond oil, I just don't even know. All right, anyway, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's go take care of business. I think it's time.
Okay. Go get our chores done.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, thanks for hanging out today, Mystic.
It is
It was
Monday.
fun.
We have shit to get done, so
Well, this today is especially kind of stressful. We have that, like, you know.
we have to like pay our internet bill and deal with shit.
They were broke.
What's new?
Rawr. Amazing. Yeah, see you later, man. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun.
It was fun. We'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. I think we're going to do something else. Like
Maybe we'll play some Fortnite, but we'll do like building sculptures.
Yeah, it won't be just straight Fortnite. Yeah.
Right. Or a fashion show or something like that.
Something like that. Maybe both.
Or
Who knows? We'll have maybe a couple things ready. We can do both. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Anyway, see you later, man. Thanks for hanging out.